Okay, everybody, so something you guys might not know about me is that when I'm not streaming, something I find myself doing, fairly often, is doom scrolling through YouTube Shorts. I'm not proud of it. It's a massive waste of time, and it is basically it's a mix between psychological torture and hypnotization. But you just kind of get locked into scrolling and scrolling and scrolling through these YouTube shorts, and like 1 out of 10 of them will be interesting enough to keep you watching. And then you go to like 9 more drivel YouTube shorts you watch like half a second of and then scroll on to the next one. So I'm quite the doom scroller when it comes to YouTube shorts, and because of that, I'm tangentially aware, not even by name, just by face and voice and like content style, of pretty much all the big YouTube Shorts creators. I've seen them at this point, because I scroll through it that much. And time again, between actually good YouTube Shorts I would, discover, there was this skit channel from a guy that kept on coming up in my feed. The guy's YouTube channel is called Al Jokes. There we go. This is his channel here. This is him. You might recognize him. You might have seen him before. This dude. Very, very recognizable. I would think if you've seen him on your YouTube Shorts feed. Now, to be fair, a decent amount of his content isn't really objectionable, right? Like, if I had randomly had one of his videos that was like, the friend who just found out about gingers come up in my recommended instead of what did, I probably wouldn't be making this video today. Al Jokes. Like, the word jokes. Al Jokes is the name of the channel. Now, under normal circumstances, and if that was, what came up, like his average, most of what he makes is what came up, I probably wouldn't be making this video. The thing is, every time his videos would come up in my feed, within like 10 seconds of trying to watch it, it would immediately devolve into the most cringe, like 14-year-old middle schooler attempts at edgy humor I've ever seen. And a lot of it is from at least from what I was able to see of it, a fairly mean place. It's kind of hard to put into words. I usually just scroll right past them, so I've never actually watched one of this guy's skits in their entirety. So I figure let's go ahead and take a look, because this guy has 1.2 million subscribers on YouTube, I believe, and I have yet to see a single one of his YouTube shorts here crack under 500k. They tend to break 1 million, pretty much every single one. So the first one I brought up here is called, are trans, spelled with an @ sign instead of an A, women still men? Hashtag shorts, hashtag comedy, hashtag funny. So I'm pretty certain I had this exact one come up in my feed. Look at that, he's got the gold plate. YouTube endorsed.
There you are. Sorry, doctor, I tried to stop. It's okay, James.
Oh, wait, hold on. Wait. The volume's super low, and because YouTube is a multi-billion-dollar platform and very well made, there's no audio slider on YouTube Shorts, so I have to like find a video, up the audio, and then refresh the page, and let's see if that works.
Is he in there? Excuse me.
Okay, this should have done it.
Ma'am, you can't go in there. There you are. Sorry, doctor, I tried to stop. It's okay, James. I'll handle this. Thank you. Jessica, why don't you tell me what's wrong? You told me that after the operation I would no longer be a man. That's correct. You are no longer a man. I am still a man because I can't experience a female orgasm. Well, no, that's not true. Even trans women are able to experience female orgasms. You see, if you stimulate your clitoris, You don't understand. I still have no fucking clue where any of that is. What? Is it this? Is it that? Do I have to lift this up? I don't fucking know.
This one's actually not bad. Like, if the joke is literally just that trans woman gets bottom surgery but can't find the clitoris, I guess, like, I guess it's not the worst thing in the world, but I guess the implication is, like, a joke about how men can't find the clitoris, and thus trans women are still men, because that's the joke scenario? Yeah, like, still can't find the clit, so you're not a woman, I guess.
Oh, you are still a man.
Oh, there we go. So yeah, that is the video. That's the meme. That was the joke. The joke is that a trans woman with bottom surgery wouldn't be able to find her own clit and thus would still be a man. Okay. Isn't the idea that men can't find the clitoris, like, from this guy's perspective, some feminist man-hating concept? Why would he push that? Speaking of feminist concepts and his opinion on them, this video is called Looking for a Reason Not to Hire a Feminist. This one did very well, as you can see.
Graduated magna cum laude with a degree in political science and nerd science. And GPA? 3.9. So not perfect. Yes, regrettably I had a few concurrent commitments. My volunteer organization, and then there are my full-time jobs to support my war hero father who couldn't support himself. Now on to some common interview questions. Please don't tell me something about yourself. Thank you. Volunteer experience. I see you worked at the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. The NAACP, yes, a wonderful experience. Excellent. Tell me about that. Specifically, what was your least favorite part about being around that many black people? I'm sorry? What did you like least about being around black people all the time? Nothing. No, I'm not going to answer that. Unwillingness to answer hypotheticals. All right, look, lady, I'm just going to level with you. We have a really good team environment here, and I don't think throwing a feminist into the... Wait, hold on. Where'd you get that I'm a feminist? I'm not a feminist. Your job application says you're a 31-year-old unmarried virgin because no men like you. That's a feminist. No, I'm a 31-year-old unmarried virgin who doesn't like men. Oh. I'm religious. I'm waiting to have sex till marriage. And as for the I don't like men part, that's because I'm a lesbian. Nice. Hired. Graduate.
Really top tier comedy here, I guess. It's so incoherent that it's basically just meant to be so absurd, but at the same time, the message is still meant to be mean-spirited towards, like, these progressive perspectives, that it doesn't really need to make an argument. People think this is funny. You know what's actually kind of funny? A couple years ago, I would say, like, the biggest skit YouTuber on all of YouTube was a YouTuber named Long Beach Griffey, and I liked his content, but I ended up stumbling across a couple of his videos that were quite transphobic. He'd made a couple of skit videos that were pretty transphobic. Now, all that aside, those skit videos were still far funnier than what we're watching here. They were at least coherent and, like, actually comedically sound. Like, there was actually funny Griffey is right wing. Well, that is until after I made a video responding to him, he ended up reaching out to me and came onto my stream, and I had a discussion with him, and now we're pretty cool. Now we're all good. And, like, we had a conversation about trans rights and stuff, and he said that he felt like I did a good job explaining a lot of that stuff to him, so... And since then, I haven't seen him in being any transphobic videos since then. I think he actually made a video that was a skit video about trans people that wasn't transphobic. That was, like, the opposite since then. So, yeah, I mean, potentially I played at least a part in changing his mind. But Long Beach Griffey's videos, for as, you know, arguably bigoted as they were, way better than what this guy is dishing out. This is really just bordering on incoherent. This one's called The Gay Checklist, and gay is spelled with a @ sign. So you can really tell this guy doesn't want YouTube auto mods to, you know, notice that he's just making videos on minorities. Oh wait, I gotta refresh it. Hold on.
Hey man, you want a banana? No. You want to watch some TV? No, definitely not. Okay, what do you want to do? What's in the book? Oh, it's just a little checklist. Can I see it? Sure. You have a list of questions to ask yourself to see if what you're about to do is gay? Isn't this unnecessary? Couldn't you just not suck? Not these days. Sucking isn't even the gayest thing you can do anymore. What could be gayer than sucking willingly going to a Taylor Swift concert? Bro, some of these questions, I mean, how do you do any...
This is because the right's really mad at Taylor Swift right now because she told her fans to vote. That's literally it. She didn't even tell them to vote Democrat or vote Biden. She simply encouraged her fan base to register to vote because a lot of her fans are younger, don't know a ton about politics, so she, like, actively, like, went out of her way to educate her quite young fan base on how to register to vote and encourage them to use that right as often as they can. So they really hate Taylor Swift.
Anything. This would make everything gay.
Hard being straight.
I mean, does it require eye contact with a man? Making eye contact with a man is gay? I don't know, man. I think this is all overkill anyways. I mean, there's only one question you need to ask if you want to find out if what you're about to do is gay.
Yeah, and what's that?
Does it feel right?
Okay, that one's not too bad.
Hey, man, you want...
Okay, if the ending is that he does self-cest, that one's not too bad. That's the least offensive one. The one that ends with him doing self-cest. Feminists when they get drafted for World War III. God, one of the things that's, like, really frustrates me about Zoomer comedy and Zoomer discussion around war and politics is a lot of them seem to think that a draft is still possible. Like, my favorite thing that just immediately sort of reveals how out of touch someone is with politics is when they say, what about another draft? What if World War III happens and there's another draft? And they talk about that seriously. And it's just immediately like, okay, so you literally have the political, like, understanding of a middle schooler. Like, I have no reason to talk to you. But this video is called Feminists When They Get Drafted for World War III.
I just don't understand. I thought only...
Oh, wait, I gotta refresh. Oh, wait, no, I don't have to refresh it, because it's a YouTube video instead of a short.
Men got drafted. That used to be the case. Now it's men and women who claim they don't need no man. I don't think I've ever used the words, I don't need no man. Here's 11 screenshots of tweets in which you've used the phrase, I don't need no man. Okay, but I didn't mean any of that. I was just making jokes. I'm a comedian. I'm a female comedian? That's an oxymoron, isn't it? Because comedian implies funny, and women aren't funny. Does that bother you? Nope. Because it would for sure bother a feminist. And of course, if I find out that you're a feminist, well, then I'm gonna have to draft you. So, what's it gonna be? It doesn't bother me. Prove it. What? I want to hear you say women aren't funny. I'm not gonna. Of course, if you don't say it, then I'm gonna have to assume you're a feminist. And, well, then you're gonna get drafted. Women aren't funny. Oh, well, my apologies, ma'am. You clearly aren't a feminist. Also, is your husband around? Hey, what's going on here? Robert, congratulations. You've been drafted to fight in World War III. I just have to ask you this one question. Are you gay? Because we don't allow gay people in the military, and, well, if you are, then you'd be exempt. Yes. Prove it.
Okay. He seems to... Okay, is it interesting how many of this guy's right-wing comedy videos end with a joke about characters he plays being gay and then proceeding to fuck? Wait, like, yeah, the ending joke is good because you guys think gay is funny, and I've been brainwashed by you guys into thinking gay is funny. Like, just the idea of it being funny is like, hilarious to Zoomers, but not even in, like, a derogatory way. But, like, the way he's doing the video and the joke is meant to be derogatory. But do you find it interesting that so many of these are ending with, like, a smash cut ending after a heavy illusion that he's about to fuck himself? Like, I don't know, man. This video is called You're Not Marginalized, You Just Need to Shut the Fuck Up.
All I want to do is be trans, to be myself, and to be treated like everyone else. No, you don't. You clearly want to be treated differently. No, that's not true. I just don't want to be hated for who I am. You're not hated for who you are. You're hated because you try to shove your shit down everyone's throat. Excuse me. Yes? I'm trans or gay or cat or whatever. That's great. Good for you. But if you don't mind, I have my own life, my own problems, so I'm just going to focus on... Okay, but I'm like really brave, so... Good for you.
So real.
Goddamn lady, can you please just shut the fuck up? And there it is. There's a transphobia. You see, all I want to do is live my life.
So, like, this guy's actually discovered the most genius form of conservative propaganda ever. It's very successful, and it fails to make anything even close to a coherent argument, but still convinces people to join the right. You can't argue against any of it. It's just, like, insanely cringe if you have any level of information or context to the issues he covers. He's basically the YouTube skit version of South Park. This guy's content is, like, so frustrating to talk about and cover as a progressive for the same reason talking about some of the political implications of South Park are. Because at the end of the day, it seems like the primary objective, the primary political motivator of this is that you're cringe if you care. If you care about anything too much, then you're cringe, and that makes you wrong. And the left kind of by default cares the most about real issues. And so that's usually going to bring people like this to the position that the left is in the wrong because the left, talks and cares about real big problems and not random culture war things that it's easy to just kind of calm down and not, get upset over. Well, the left is talking about systemic reform and massive issues that impact millions of people all around the world. So there's kind of a pretty big and clear reason why the left tends to get more emotional on these things than the right, but simply getting emotional on an issue is enough for people like this to just completely write you off. And I think that's probably what motivates most of this content more than any, like, deep-seated hatred. Like, it doesn't really seem like he hates these groups all that much. It seems like he's just kind of saying the most offensive thing he can for the sake of shock value comedy. And the reason he's doing that is that his political leanings are more on the side of this, like, disaffected, I don't care, South Park-brained, pseudo-conservatism. I don't know. This guy's YouTube shorts annoy the fuck out of me, so if you've been annoyed by him too, then I hope this video brings you some level of catharsis, because I don't think I've seen anybody else covering this guy's dog shit YouTube shorts, which makes sense considering there's really no arguments to make about it. It can really only be made fun of and looked at with a bewildered face.